Abusuafo ne tie fo ni die kwan so me patcho me ma obi bia akwa ababacha ni so hanum Daily Update TV obo kwan so say no first time abacha ni so me so ni die kwan so tie news ni we na so ni jan. Please subscribe for more updates, like and share news ma love so nya bi enti yakopon sha no nyoke sebusua. Breaking news abana, breaking news na say easy led by Mensah wo ma disqualify so for Ekuadonko ne success anu ye nyina nim say ye ma me Ekuadonko ko ne krachi no mu yi obi say nanka onko contest ma ne party no. Now that is the Ghana Freedom Party. Now sa Roman Fadei a oko contesti and I say party ni eji ni senka unko jina party ni party na nemu no. Mensah are disqualifying or see some so far illegalities bi wo. Intenu no mbisan say the sad be affected the number na ano so number ni dey affected no. Inti John Dramani Mahama, the former president of the Republic of Ghana and the incoming president, that's the number 8. Chiniena number 8, Chiniena. Ebusia mema mkase nyetinti. Yenko inchirimu nyanko punsha no nyoke simidasi.
Will not be counted.
Connect the line and then have a conversation with Roxanne Nelson Dafiameko.
Requests of political parties and therefore it is not a challenge to do so, but it's important to place on record, as Citizen Atu said, is record keeping, that we are not required by law to provide summaries or breakdown of the register to the political parties. So I think that what we've done, we've gone over and above what we are required to do. And so I think that settles it. I think that Mordecai talked about the illegalities. I don't think it is our place to discuss what the illegalities are, whether it is with the GFP candidates nomination or with the PNC. We're all aware that the PNC is in court. It is not our place to discuss illegalities. Those illegalities will be referred to the security agencies to deal with. But we do not believe that it is our place to, to discuss illegalities. I think Citizen Atu wanted to know the law on which we are standing. If you look at Regulation 7.2b of CI 127, it requires that the nomination form of each candidate in an election for president shall be signed. I was just mentioning that Regulation 7.2b of CI 127 states as follows: the nomination form for each candidate in an election for president shall be signed by no less than 2 persons who are registered voters in the area of authority of each district assembly. And therefore, candidates must ensure that the supporters that they provide to fill their nomination forms for each district are indeed registered voters of that particular district. You cannot pick and choose as you please, or find persons in one district and document them as your supporters in another district. That in itself is an illegality, because the law is very, very specific that for each district you must have 2 persons. And so if you are a presidential candidate, the onus is on you to ensure that the candidates or the supporters that you present are indeed of that district, and from that district that they support your candidature. And so this is what we used to disqualify him, because on the face of his form, it was detected that some candidates, some supporters had been brought from other districts to support him in districts where they were not registered voters.
I think my question was not on the disqualification. It was based on you taking a decision to continue to let the status quo remain. And there are provisions in the law. And I wanted that to be out there so that at least the general public will understand, based on what are you carrying on with the status quo remaining as the printed ballots have already been done. Because I know that...
Okay, I understand. I think that it's important that our laws are not, do not really take into account, such occurrences. However, the law refers to a situation where a candidate withdraws after nomination after the printing of, after the printing of ballots and so on. The law provides an opportunity for the commission to continue with the ballot paper as it is. However, it is not clear on death and situations like this. And even if you look in the law, CI 127 and the Constitution, it doesn't expressly focus on a presidential candidate. If you read the provision 54, you go down, you realize that it's mainly talking about a parliamentary candidate. So, of course, we've had to stretch the law, but there's no clear provision that says that when a candidate dies and the candidate is on the ballot, you should use the ballot as it is. However, if you look at CI 127, Regulation 10.5, it says, where a duly nominated candidate whose name appears on the nomination list displayed at the constituency center withdraws as a candidate after ballot papers and related election notices have been printed, the ballot papers and related notices may continue to include the name and other particulars of the candidate. So basically what we are saying is that we don't have very clear provisions. I believe that after the elections we can all, based on what has happened, this experience, we can re-look at the CI 127 and fine-tune it to take care of such situations. So we'd like to thank you very, very much.
And that one has to do with the one they've said they have cancelled, the polling stations. According to their statement, some polling stations do not exist again due to one or two reasons. And because of that, they realigned them to other polling stations. And so we want to know those polling stations which has been cancelled, which has been realigned to other polling stations, so that we can amend our records. Because we are going forward for an election, and then for the first time we are hearing that there are certain polling stations which doesn't exist again. And their figures amounted to about 884. So we need to know those polling stations which have been cancelled. So these are our issues. And then we also requested for the regional breakdown. I mean, what they gave was just a national summaries. We need to know the regional breakdowns and all that. These are some of the issues we have requested from them, and we hope that they will make good meaning of that. Based on that, I requested that I want to receive my hard drive for my party, of which we returned back to them last week, and they said they will go and bring it. So we are waiting for them to bring it.
Yeah, to say, the number so that nobody on the election beyond that, what I say, 7 farm more when I be used to. Because they are registered a polling station by a polling station, and in regional basis, they will have a driving so long. Unless I feel better, Nancy, I come with the make one some numbers, but they can give you the final statistics, to make it. In fact, I can embroider one-page document, embroider one-page document. But electoral commission pay a state at the state in the and it also now have been confirmed clear idea. Almost say first, any Ghana Ramu say among fast statistics, Emma. Almost say name Ramu. Now, if you the two, yes, other. One from 92, they use so hard drive.
Okay.
So one tears here. And two normally fair, hard drive. Idea easy then. If we are not final register now, or print register list,
Okay.
A bulk documents. No, that my political party said. Because pictures into a mamu list, list in a polling station piano. Omo register no omodin obiadin e say we ni din ma one din and I don't know the comparison not to say we any register no. It gives you the totals. And they have been doing this one every election year up to do 208. 208 elections na be do work here amuka say oh CD-ROM be see that a computer aba. Nti na ye hard drive and as CD-ROM issue ni buy. So was then they will still print the register list now. Because you need to get information from the commission. Because the other man will source copy. Anybody can tamper with that data. So they will print the amount. Yeah, 26 to 208. 2012 is a but the challenge in a woman is say because at times the register a delay no we print here but time na be part in some na 3 days to elections that document no I feel be receive and some was also dispute at their call constituency so system na e cost no people are not even relying on that one and the rely also your document you find code book a yes yankasa and they provide it.
Okay.
Code book is simple. At toss and come more than say 30 pages.
Okay.
I don't know about my police station by police station. Say police station we could say a police station. No man say the police station name in the code in the now man for a job would do the even code book.
Okay.
We know every district officer, every regional officer, see edema. Into way a document and the can Emma say way and I actually I find out a friend said. Into sir we know any summary of the register. A summary now which means for pictures and for edimba where any more details where any electoral commission. And electoral commission draw. My tenacity, I press, I share party for my friends a live program. Man catch the Ghana for say, a Juman Ghana for my no register and do draw no a say because pay letter no almost by no almost say a idea a Jumadea over ya sorry. But they said they even do about the end this for request. I fail almost extract that information. Meaning say, yes, Yankasa when you register no.
Mene Dr. Bosmana Sarika say nyumre ya edo enye on air dear offer na o ka say book no mo dia and hard drive no mo dia momo bibia was information bia mo pe mo expect ya free electoral commission ho no was so nta adenti na mo hwehwe wo ho
nti na tabs ka say mo communicate mo don't check it say wo ho a adenti o ka say na mo structure
or say
that one can say debut letter no much no
yes
or no can one much letter we almost say a fair no mu some information na ye pe no e wo
eti menene kasa na o kasa no de omo de beba batanye mo na omo de ma mo omo de be ma Ghana fo
na binchiro it's just confirming sir incompetent of electoral commission okay say this way by you know it's so registration by you UAP no mo di figures aba ma do do say natural mo di ma do do say no ma ya map until ye hu say nkrofo we mo bo Ghana for bukata yes so mo say ade a mo di ba no mo di numbers e ka ho e number a press conference o mo use Coral Draw since Coral Draw you see is not able to bring us figures
eti uzu say den na ekosi
me say since Coral Draw no because Coral Draw na mo the numbers e ka ho enti echi o mo say Coral Draw so ye card ye amfa nye statistics enti say one who said the NDC is well awake in this information. In fact, information ye bisa ye no they may have that information but ye bisa question no mo say ka NDC ahun ye o mo bibi enti mo san call office o mo call a meeting for 6 hours say then this for who info na a computer bisa asem we dey no mo bibi no enti en ko check o mo check here because we are still waiting for them enti what they will do to go and then do the right thing to bring us this idea side data we the UC ankasa account wasem 15th October but the final one in a bisa enti dia mo gane free no mo gane free because there's never been time I bisa dia UC adi won to dia end of dia ya bato musa because you care about self figure somebody buy any no ena muka Coral Draw you can register the buy na ewura finally they have to change and then revise the register you can say BVDs ayora omuka say dey be ade dey ko won so one so in your be raising so now they almost this as a raise issue with there and then BB and truly that information those information must be given now
et mo did say e wo ho na omo
I say raise your correct.
I'm
internet ya reach them no see
na mo anyi no sese ya mo ana mo akoba kakoje
David
eh enti mo anyi no eden information na mo wa mo de ye
David o ejima na ye ni easy for ye no ejima ye you don't raise issue if once you don't know anything about it omunim enti ndo meeting na mo ye 6 hours no omu ye zoom ni na ye study omo because I got to office na mo ye ejima na mo ye ejima so idea ye crazy ya in fact if the EC had the right thing nanka ndo nanka meka in fact the first thing nanka the Mensah drama now baka see register na bi mama no say and do na actually mudini omo me proxy na mududu oni that information could have been the first information to be given nanka when I say but in fact the last time we had 15th October there no this omo my krata o omo kan na e chro because that is the information because overseer see or publish it in the manner the commission wants it and the kwendi obeka che obi ado de be ma no but mami ade mami information about it that's what we are asking for afi and also obeka one seven afi na omo ye hu adwuma then they will come again to hold a press conference na obeka kire ade media ma obi dada no afi make one seven
enti say you ready ebi a omo de aba be 5 December hamo wo mudumadi
people see we are prepared for these elections we are very well prepared for these elections so bibia ye bia no enimide ye there can say eagle eye and the ejuma way and there's nothing that we are doing that will go against us in these elections.
Ness a register na mwanyi no affect mo kwa bia so sa
yes some for pra ko gisada na ya be sisada we get those who vote yenim be omo will work on those one so register the person mind the right register now to confirm what those who vote and they will give us
many doctor ka so say a certified register no mo dem
say bro for say certified register because we don't can see certified no why not to the electoral commission and the man no can say one can say certified fine but certified now what kind of until my summary until my go for do say and actual mu so that's the problem
and
Pacho me da obi bia se wanyam re no akonye video ni bi so ahwe ebusuan mema me kasa nya tenti ye de nkomo ni besia stay tuned for more updates nyankopon onhira obi bia no nya obi bia kese me pacho video de bra mu ye fa no TV3 into credit to TV3 nyankopon onhira me na onye omo kese me da se bebre